Hi YouTube, so I'm Sniper. I'm coming back with another update video for Vengeance Demon Hunters. As currently it sits, Vengeance is receiving a tiny bit of nerf to our tier set and to our to the talent illuminated sigils. The one is a damage deduction. So apparently the bonus from Sigil Flame that granted damage granted was reduced by 20%. So as of right now, it originally sat at this, and it was stacking up to 5 times, meaning that you were getting 10% increased damage. Meaning that they more or less cut that increased damage in half. So I would say that we're probably going to see about max of 5% increased damage from this, which to me just seems a little odd. I don't know if it's going to be that major. I personally probably won't see a difference in it, just because I don't tend to play around with Sigil of Flame a whole lot, and I don't plan to play the Sigil build. So I'm suspecting that it's the damage that your damage is increased by 2%. I'm suspecting that's what it is, and they're reducing that, and not the damage that Sigil of Flame will periodically do for whenever it flares up, because that to me would just be a bad idea already, just because of the fact that it is, in a better set of terms, RNG. No offense, having Sigil of Flame's periodic damage has a chance to flare up, and increasing its damage as a chance, to me, is just extremely bad overall, because it's not like hard crete, not set in stone. We have no control over this. It's not like how with Season 2's tier set, where after so many soul shards of consumption, we could proc and utilize Fiery Brand for an 8-second window. But it's fun. This just right here, flaring up, that's kind of okay, but it's, according to this, the damage granted is reduced by 20%. So I'm assuming that is the 2% increase of damage that we would be receiving for up to 5 stacks, making it 10%. And then illuminated sigils. So if you're one that you're following a sigil build and you're going to be playing with illuminated sigils, the parry chance for affected targets by Sigil of Flame has now been reduced to 15%. It was 20. Now, I don't think this will be that major of a big deal. One, the tier set will allow us to have Sigil, for you Sigil build players that are playing the Sigil build, you will have Sigil Flame up a lot more off of cooldown, because you're going to be burning through Fury. You're going to be reducing the CD once you get your 4 set. So I don't look for that to be a big hindrance. Just means that you're going to have to be playing more strategically with your Sigil of Flames, and just keep in mind that due to Ascending Flames, your Sigil of Flame your Sigil of Flame procs will overlap. So unfortunately, they made us to where we are a debuff tank. We debuff our enemies to give us a reduction in damage. That is our gameplay. Unfortunately, that looks like what they're trying to make our niche to be. It used to be frailty was the key thing. It was the self-healing portion of our kit. and we just had a lot of internal built-in damage reductions. And that is no longer the case, and we are seeing a lot more damage debuffs. Keep in mind that none of our major cooldowns affect us in any means. We have to affect an enemy. As it sits, frailty, debuff on the enemy. If you put the Void Reaver Void Reaver on it, that gives you your 4%. And keep in mind that with this, one, it overlaps with Soul Crusher, with the Soul Crusher talent. So you're going to be focusing on that debuff. You're going to be focusing on your Sigil of Flames debuff. I'm not sure if you're going to want Burning Alive for you Sigil builds. I don't know if you're going to want Burning Alive to help spread Fiery Brand when you use it, or if you're going to want that to be on the Cycle of Binding, so this way you can have more uptime on your sigils. Keep in mind that it's one sigil. You, so to speak, you cast one sigil. You use another sigil. It reduces the cooldown of the sigil by 3 seconds. So, not sure if you're going to want that one. You may want that one over Burning Alive. But you're going to be receiving... The sigil build is receiving a nerf for down to 15% increased parry chance, meaning that our maximum that we get from additionals is roughly 30% stacked. I'm not sure if it stacks or if it's multiplicative. I believe it just stacks. So, like, I think I was hitting up towards of like 60% parry chance. So, on whenever I would play with Illuminated. So so that is your key thing here. Those are what's changing. We are receiving a nerf to our damage from our tier set, and we're receiving a nerf to the parry chance from the sigil build. Other than that, I've got nothing else for you guys. I am slowly but surely working on playing the Vengeance Demon Hunter class as a new player. I want to make it into one solid video and then upload it to YouTube for you guys, so do be looking out for that. I do have plans to hit the Dead Space series again, so be on the lookout for that. But as of right now, if we don't meet again, remember the old Vengeance or the old Demon Hunter saying, if we don't meet again, die well. This is Sniper. I am signing off.